Hello, I'm Toby Feakin, Australia's Ambassador for Cyber Affairs and Critical Technology. Our Cyber and Critical Tech Cooperation Programme works closely with partner organisations to build cyber resilience and capacity throughout the Indo-Pacific. Access to modern and resilient technologies are key to upholding the economic circumstance of citizens everywhere. Technological developments are now at the centre of economic change and growth, and the Australian government is committed to supporting our friends and partners across the Indo-Pacific to share in these benefits whilst minimising the risks. That's why we've been proud to partner with the APNIC.Foundation on a project supporting the network engineering, cybersecurity and management skills of network operators across the Pacific.
Internet connectivity to the Pacific has grown significantly due to new submarine cables in the region. However, Pacific nations now rely more than ever on the Internet to connect to each other and the rest of the world. Maintaining, securing, and upgrading their networks can be challenging, and these tasks require specialized skills. The Supporting Efficient Connectivity in the Pacific project, or PacTraining, was designed to help boost the skill levels of the technical community in Fiji, Samoa, Solomon Islands, Tonga and Vanuatu, and received financial support from Australia's Cyber and Critical Tech Cooperation Program. It ran between September 2019 and November 2021. The goal was to build the skills of network operators in the region through workshops conducted by APNIC, supported by the online technical content available on the APNIC Academy, to strengthen technical capacity and support community development while maintaining a strong emphasis on diverse participation. To ensure training was relevant, targeted, and impactful, it was important to engage local technical communities to learn what skills were needed. A scoping study was conducted, and as part of that, respondents were asked what would help their organization the most. Independent analysis showed that 81% of respondents wanted security-focused training that would help protect their networks from cyber attacks and other threats. Around half of the respondents had not previously had cybersecurity training. The scoping study identified other needs as well. These included network management training to help deal with the complexity of growing networks, routing courses to help optimize the flow of internet traffic, training in the Domain Name System, or DNS, which is the backbone of the Internet, training in Internet Protocol version 6, or IPv6. There's a lot more IPv6 address space available for network operators to use when compared to its predecessor IPv4, but it requires new skills to use. The scoping study showed a preference for face-to-face training over online-only training, but what the participants wanted most of all was a flexible approach that included both elements working together. A blended approach was adopted, which involves face-to-face classes as well as supported online training and access to virtual labs where participants can test out their ideas on a virtual network without risking service interruptions. Based on the topics that the participants said they needed, 6 areas of study were chosen, which could be delivered by trainers using resources from the APNIC Academy. These were network security, routing, IPv6 deployment, multi-protocol label switching, software-defined networking, and the newly designed Network Monitoring and Management course to help operators better understand what's going on in their network and how to address issues. As the training was about to commence, COVID-19 arrived. Outbreaks closed borders and halted travel, making face-to-face training no longer an option. The training plan had to be changed to support a fully online approach. Fortunately, the course catalog was already all online, so the transition was relatively smooth, a testament to the increasingly important role cyberspace plays in allowing us to continue to work, communicate, and learn despite the disruption of the pandemic. While the first courses were delivered online, our consultation revealed a preference for face-to-face contact, so a new hybrid approach was developed for some of the courses. Hybrid classes allowed the participants to get together in groups if they were in the same place in a Pacific Island nation, while the trainers delivered the course from Australia. This was useful for group activities and for building connections among network professionals. In one case in Fiji, to accommodate a bigger geographical area and more participants, there were 2 classroom locations.
Some technical topics need labs, which are full-scale topology of a typical network. Where all the colleagues are together, it helps to collaborate and understand the concepts and workings of the technology better. In these pandemic times, such hybrid training gives an opportunity to meet colleagues from a similar area of interest.
Gender diversity and women's participation are crucial to effective development initiatives in cyberspace and technical operations. Sustainable, collaborative, and effective networks are those which value the unique perspectives, priorities, and contributions of both male and female network and technical professionals. At the moment, women are underrepresented among the technical staff of the supported organizations, which posed a challenge for supporting diversity within the project. This meant extending learning opportunities to women active in regional women and IT groups and others who did not attend the original course. The goal was to explore ways to increase women's participation in the internet industry on these Pacific nations. 2 discussion events, using the hybrid format, proved useful to better understand the challenges women face in a male-dominated industry and expand their support networks.
One of the main reasons it's very hard for Vanuatu, for many workplaces to have stable workforce is because they're not making enough to cater for the women. Example, the salary package is not enough. The women has families, so that affects the women's decision whether or not to remain in a job or to move on to another job.
In our team, there's a lot of men, but there's a few challenges whereas they think, oh, you're a woman, you can't do this and that. But most of them are nice. I learned a few things from them. And some of them tries to challenge me, and then when I prove them wrong, and then they're like, oh, okay, she can do it.
In total, PacTraining supported 9 workshops across the topic areas, and each workshop lasted between 3 and 5 days. 3 workshops were hybrid events, and the rest were online. 123 certificates were handed out for completing every day of a course. There were 300 registrations received for courses, and there were 242 records of people taking part in at least 1 day of training. People from 93 organizations received training, from governments and NGOs to education institutions, banks, data centers, and internet service providers. But these courses weren't the end of the learning journey. The project supported the APNIC Academy to develop advanced learning pathways to guide participants on how they can continue to learn. With over 90% of participants reporting that they felt technically more proficient after completing PacTraining, the project has proven effective in supporting, securing, and developing the internet in the Pacific. With new skills in network security, routing, IPv6 deployment, multi-protocol label switching, software-defined networking, network monitoring and management, project participants are well positioned to foster a safer, more stable, accessible, and secure internet in the Pacific, as well as explore new career opportunities in the field.
What I studied at uni was very different from what I come in to do at work. And I think after that experience, whenever I meet someone who's very nervous to apply, I tell them, no, just apply. They will teach you, they will show you what to do.
There is always more work to be done to support internet development. Find out more and how you can get involved on the APNIC.Foundation website. PacTraining was delivered by APNIC trainers, thanks to a grant from Australia's Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade Cyber and Critical Tech Cooperation Program and the APNIC Foundation.